Hello, just bringing in the other crew. And we're live. Welcome to Monday Motivation with me, Deborah O'Neill, founder of BlissBE.METHOD Integrative Holistic Health. I'm here to share because, I love you and I care. And we're in the month of September, and there is a lot going on in this month. There's a lot of change that's coming forward. We have 6 planets in retrograde. That just means that it offers us some reflection. Retrograde means to sort of step back in and reflect on the different planets that are in retrograde and what they hold as characteristics in which we can invite into ourselves as characteristics to reflect upon. So last week we covered grounding and centering and aligning. It's one of the most important things in our everyday, to be able to ground into the earth, our Schumann resonance, that stability, that security, and tap into our heart and center into our heart. When we do that, we pull our energy back in. We can't center if we've got our energy scattered all over the place in the forms of projections, and projections are in our thoughts, right? And all our thoughts and everything affects our cellular structure and our cellular health, which either creates sickness or wealth or health. I like to call health wealth because it is our richness. That is our treasure chest of riches, is our health. So how else can we help our health? Our nervous system is really, really important. And as we, many people are planning to go back to school and go back to university, and there's filled with a whole bunch of uncertainty. There's a lot of fear-based information, if you will, coming out to you to consider in doing different things, and whether that's university or school, or if you're a parent or even a grandparent, worried about your children and your grandchildren. But if you're one of the midlife challenged mummies out there, entombed by the tasks of others, I like to call it, your plate is pretty full. And I'm speaking to you. I'm really speaking to you because, there was a time when I still am that midlife challenged mummy. And that doesn't mean that you have to have children, but we're in that sandwich generation where we're taking care of our children, no matter what their ages are. We're taking care of, a lot of us are taking care of our parents, or we can even be taking care of other people that we hold near and dear to our heart. And then we're trying to get to the gym, and we're trying to, be the best person that we can be. And we're planning lunches, and we got to get all the kids, and we got to sign up and do registrations for sports. It goes on and on and on. My mom had early onset dementia at 57. And that was about the time my children were about 2 and 4. But it progressed up to that. That was when the diagnosis came in. And she lived out of province. So that was a big task. So I can relate to that. And, I was a yes person. I wanted to have a yes household. And I want to throw some caution out to the wind and say, make sure that you take care of yourself in this process. And I'm going to take us through a bit of regulating, a nervous system regulation that will really help with you. There's 3 different styles, so stick with me. This is so, so important. And it's often called the 90-second jump. It's been scientifically proven to be able to settle down your nervous system, to come out of that fight, flight, freeze, known as the sympathetic nervous system, and regulate your body back to the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, you're always in charge. You're always in charge by grounding, centering, and aligning, by bringing in the nervous system regulation and your breath. Your breath is also a quick messenger to your brain saying that you are not comfortable, that you are not safe, and all forces are on board to create your survival. And sometimes that can be a little extreme because the brain doesn't know how old you are or how capable you are. It's just goes right into that extreme, often sometimes even a trigger, a trauma trigger. So let's get right into it, because most important to me is you and me, of course, but I want you to be as well equipped as I am in working with my day-to-days things. They're no different. The difference is that I operate in a regulated system. It doesn't mean I don't have triggers, but I can identify when I have triggers. I become aware of that thing in my stomach, or that flutter in my heart, or that contraction in my body. It's just like, it just kind of, I call it a cement back. It's like when I get triggered, my back goes to cement. There is no movement. There's no flow. It's like the spinal column is just stuck. And we don't want that. That doesn't work for anybody. And hopefully this can assist you if you have any types of symptoms like that. So like I said, there's 3 types of nervous system regulation. The first one is with your hands on your thighs. And so I'm going to invite you to feel your feet on the floor, and just take a minute with me here and feel your feet on the floor, just like grounding, centering, and align. Really feel them on the floor. We're going to turn on our sensories, our sensory organs, because that allows us to know that we're in the presence of now, right now. And our sensory organs are, you got it, just look at your face, your eyes, your sight, your smell, your taste, your hearing, your intuitive clarity, your knowing, your tactile, your feeling, or sometimes we can call them the clairs, clairaudient, clairsentient, and it's the same thing. It's however you choose to work with that language in a way that feels comfortable for you. So we feel our feet on the floor. Now we're going to take our hands and we're going to place them on our thighs. And we're going to take a nice deep breath down as we down into our lower abdomen, if you can. And if you can't, it's okay. Just take a nice breath in. And if you feel that you can't get all the way to the bottom of your belly, then I invite you to exhale fully. And keep it going, keep it going. It's like, get all that stale CO2 out of your body. And then naturally, your body will allow yourself to take a breath deeper into the lower abdomen. Feel your buttocks and whatever piece of furniture you're sitting on. Feel your feet on the floor. We're going to regulate the hands on our thighs. We're going to just lift our hands on our thighs. And we're going to see if I can do that for you here. If you can see that, I'll back up a little bit. We're going to regulate our hands on our thighs. We're going to breathe down. And during this process, we do not close our eyes. So fixate on something that is neutral to you. You don't like it, you don't not like it. Just fixate on something that's neutral. And breathe down into the lower belly. And this is how slow can you go? How slow can you go? Because if we did this paddling, we would then increase our nervous system. It wouldn't be regulating at all. Now, when you're highly emotional, I invite you to keep this hand paddling going as regulation on your thighs. And now I want you to invite in your feet. Can you see my feet? There we go. So same thing, you keep your heels planted on the floor and you're going to lift 1 foot at a time. Now, if it's too much to keep your hands going at the same time, and they don't have to be at the same beat or the same rhythm, they can be off, they can be opposite. It's just how slow can you go? That is the key, because if the feet were going really fast, that's going to accelerate your nervous system, and that's going to promote the fight, flight, freeze. Tell your body you're safe. Breathe down to your lower abdomen. And allow this for 90 seconds. So what I like to do is I like to time how long 90 seconds is, taking a nice deep diaphragmatic breath down into the lower abdomen. There's lots of videos out there where I show you how to breathe diaphragmatically. See if I can get my hands in at the same time. There we go. Like I said, you can do opposite hands if you want. Like, it doesn't have to be the same. It can be. You can do whatever you want. Or you can just do your feet. If you're at a meeting or if you're in a job interview, you're somewhere where you're not feeling comfortable. You could be in a restaurant. You feel like you're getting triggered by the conversation. Just simply start to regulate. If you're somewhere else and you see somebody else is having a difficult time, you can regulate on behalf of that person. And sometimes you might find you just want to be mad. You just want, you're stuck. You're kind of addicted to that, the chemical release of stress and anxiety. And you're like, I just want to be mad. I just want to be angry. Then you know to call in the hands. That's when you know to call in the hands. And you do double duty. Now we're going to go on to the third way to regulate your nervous system. This is 1 and 2, either bringing in the hands or the feet, or bringing both of them in. And now the other one, hello there. The other one is called the butterfly. So I'm guessing you could probably know what that would be like. And it's just placing one hand on your shoulder, on your biceps. And take a nice deep breath. There's so many ways that this helps. It reminds you that you are this container. There's so many different things you can do for trauma. You can, pat your body down to bring yourself back into your body. But let's focus on the nervous system here. And this way to regulate your nervous system using the butterfly. And it's really great for children. You've got some kids going back to school, teach them this, show them the video, and they can help to do that with their friends if they have a friend that's feeling discomfort or is feeling stress and anxiety going back to school and wearing the masks, or feeling experience the fear-based messages. So we're just going to lift our hands. Even if you held yourself and rocked back and forth, that's why we regulate a crying baby. Is we're regulating their nervous system. We're holding them to have that container of safety. And just rock, or just lift the palms, your fingers off your hands, or your fingers off your biceps. My daughter was a high-level goalkeeper, and I'd have my big soccer coat on at the field, and I would be doing this inside my soccer coat. Yeah. Didn't want to project that stressed energy to my daughter while she was excelling at what she loved. So please take the time to experience all 3 of these today. And if you're on the replay, let me know. Just put in replay and let me know what you think. And take care of yourself. We have that ability. And if you need support, this is what I'm here at. That's what I'm here for. I'm an expert in this stuff. Taking a look at what trauma triggers that you have. And we don't even need to have the story. That's the most important. That's what I love about this work. I couldn't imagine listening to people's stories every single day. But if you have a need to tell your story, because sometimes we don't tell people our stories, that vibration and that sharing, I'm willing to hold the space and we can work with whatever it is that's coming up for you. If you're experiencing any pain or chronic pain or acute pain, energy work is great for that, as well as settling the nervous system and the trauma resolution of your triggers and taking that step forward in an awareness way. We want to really take a look at our mental body, which is around our physical body, and our energetic body, which is obviously inside and around our body, and how we balance and clear the blockages, clear that stuff to bring you to a place of peace and calm and clarity. And even to the point where you get this realization that you may be here for something more, and finding what that purpose may be by working with the levels of inner intelligence that we have access to. So be gentle with yourself, please, this week. And I look forward to seeing you next week. I'm thinking I'm going to take this back to Facebook Live. So I'd love to know what your thoughts are on that. And I can invite you over there to BlissBE.ME in Facebook. And YouTube, of course. Okay, thanks so much. Take care. And I was going to pull a card for you. Here we go. Let's pull this card. I have my little cards here. Be grateful for what you have, and more will come. Be grateful for what you have, and more will come. Take care. Bye for now.